Children, we will study the first chapter of your geography textbook, standard 7th is environment. So today we'll take up this chapter and try and explain to you in simple terms what is environment. Okay, now what are we going to study in this chapter? Let's see the headings. We are going to learn what is environment, then the components of environment, and finally what is ecosystem. So these 3 points we are going to cover in this chapter, environment. Now children, what is environment? Let's take a look around us, whatever we see. There are many things that we see around us. What do we see? We see trees, plants, rocks, stone, soil, rivers, lakes, streams, barren land, hills, mountains, animals, birds, okay, and human beings. So we are also part of the environment. We are all surrounded by living and non-living things. Every single thing that is present around us is a part of the environment. Okay, so even if it's a car or a tree or a human being, we are all part of an environment. And children, you see the chapter begins with a small dialogue between two children. It's Ravi who goes back to school after the vacation and sees a huge change in his school. The playground where he used to play had a lot of flowers growing there, which is now dug up, and a huge building is going to come up there. So he questions the teacher, what is environment? Okay, so we have already learned what is environment, that everything that is around us, that we see around us, is our environment. And then he asks another question to his teacher. Why is our environment changing? Why is it keeps on changing? Earlier there was a playground, now a building is coming up. So why does it change? It is because of the human needs. Okay, and humans are increasing day by day. Population is increasing day by day, and therefore to meet their needs, certain changes have to be brought about. New buildings have to be made, new houses have to be made, roads have to be constructed. So they make all these changes and modify the environment, even to the extent of destroying the natural surroundings. So what is environment? It is a combination of natural and human made things. Okay. So children, what is environment? We can sum up by this definition. Environment is the sum of natural and man-made things present all around us. So you can see whatever is all around us. You can see the sun, the trees, the animals, the rocks. Okay, all this is environment. Children, the environment is our basic life support system. This is because it provides the air we breathe, the water we drink, okay, the land where we live, and provides us with food. And food. So what does the environment gives us? Air, water, land, and food. It is our basic life support system. Children, moving ahead to the next topic of your chapter, that is components of environment. What does the environment consist of? So we'll see, this diagram is there given in your books. Now what are the components? You can see how clearly and nicely this diagram is given. It consists of the natural environment, human-made environment, and human environment. Okay, so we'll first look into the natural environment. Children, so what are the natural environments? They are actually free gifts of nature. We have got them free from nature. They are water, air, land, and living things. Okay, so we look into the detail of water, air, land, and living things. Children, one of the free gifts of nature is land. It is also called as lithosphere. Now what is lithosphere? We get this word from original word from a Greek word called lithos, which means rock. Now lithosphere is actually basically land. And what is land? It is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. You have learned the layers of the earth. The topmost, which is hard and solid, is the lithosphere. Okay, and it is made up of rocks and minerals, and it is covered by a thin layer of soil. Okay, and here we have irregular surfaces, and various landforms we find on the lithosphere. We find mountains, plateaus, plains and valleys, and they also give us forests, grasslands and land. And this is a place where humans beings live and make their settlement. Okay, so you see, one of the free gift of nature is land. Can we do without land? No, land is very important because it provides us the food and the place where we settle and get shelter. Land is one of the most important gift of nature. We see that land helps the cattle to graze grass, and then we use it to grow crops and do agriculture. Forest gives us all sorts of timber and medicinal plants and fruits. And then we see also that the land is a storehouse of various minerals which are found under the earth. Okay, so land is one of the most important natural environment. Children, another free gift of nature is atmosphere. Okay, one of the components of our natural environment. Now, what is atmosphere? It is a thin layer of air that surrounds our earth. It is surrounding our earth. Children, and the third component of natural environment is atmosphere. Again, it is a free gift given by nature. And what is atmosphere? It is a layer of thin air surrounding the earth. Okay, a thin layer of air which surrounds the earth. And what does it consist of? It consists of various gases like oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, ozone, dust and water vapor. Okay, apart from this, what is the importance? It protects us. If the environment was not there, probably with this earth would be very hot, and it protects us from the harmful rays of the sun and protects us from the scorching heat. Okay, it doesn't allow to reach that. And atmosphere also brings about changes in weather and climate. Okay, we have rain, we have windy season, sunny season, cloudy. All this is brought because of the atmosphere. Now, how is that we have atmosphere on Earth and not on other planets? It is because of the gravitational force of the Earth. Because of the force of the Earth, it is keeping the air around the Earth. Okay, if this force was not there, then we would not have any atmosphere around Earth and life would not have been possible on Earth. So it's because of the gravitational pull, like when we throw an apple, it comes down, it pulls it towards itself, isn't it? Otherwise, if there was no gravitational force, the apple would be flying in the air. Okay, so just because of that gravitational force, the air surrounding the earth, all the air that is surrounding the earth is sticking to the earth. It's not letting it go into space, and that is the reason we are able to survive. We get all kinds of gases here, and it protects us from so many things. Okay, so atmosphere is very important, another important component of a natural environment, and it is also a free gift given to us by nature. Children, the fourth component of natural environment is biosphere. Again, it comes from the Greek word bios, which means life. Now, because of the presence of land, that is lithosphere, air, that is atmosphere, and hydrosphere, that is water, we have life on earth. So the place where land, that is lithosphere, air and water come in contact with each other, there we have life. And there we can see life. What kind of life? Animal life, plant life and human life. It is only possible when these three come in close contact with each other. So if we define what is biosphere, it is a sphere or a zone where the land, that is lithosphere, air, atmosphere and water, hydrosphere, come in contact with each other and support life. Okay, so wherever these three come in contact, there only we can have life. So this is one of the another component of natural environment. So what are the components of natural environment? They are lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. They are also called as the domains of environment. Okay, not only the components, also called domains. They are hydrosphere, lithosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. Without all this, life is not possible.